Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. If you guys are new here, how's everything, guys? I feel like it's been a while since the last time I filmed. It's only really been like a little over a week, but I still feel like it's been a while and I don't like that. I've gotten into such a groove of filming that when I go like a few extra days, it feels really weird to me and I just don't like it. I've missed you guys. I've missed filming. So I'm back with a brand new video, and for today's video, I'm actually going to be doing a review of my Apple AirPods. If you guys saw my what I got for Christmas video, you would have seen that my job actually gifted me a pair of AirPods for Christmas this year. So that's what I'm going to be doing. If you guys are interested in seeing my mini unboxing slash review, then just keep watching. I also really quickly just wanted to say sorry if my hair looks like poofy and wavy and whatever. It was straight this morning, but it's been raining outside all day, and Diego and I just got back a little while ago from hanging out in the city. So from like noon until like what, 7 o'clock or so, I've been outside, and so my hair got frizzy and annoyingly wavy, and I just didn't have time to straighten it again or fix it because I just didn't really feel like it. So I just wanted to apologize for that because it did look a lot better earlier today, so I probably should have filmed before going out, but it's fine. It's okay. Okay, so really quick, just the little backstory. Like I just mentioned, I'm gonna link the what I got for Christmas video below if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, my job this year, they always end up giving us a little something, and I was in no way, shape, or form expecting it to be something like this, but they did. They gifted us Apple AirPods, which was really cool because it's actually funny because I was never interested in the AirPods, like, at all. Diego knows this, so he's probably gonna watch this and laugh because he thought it was really funny that I got this of all things, since he knew I wasn't interested in this at all. It's not something that I would have bought for myself just because I already had a solid pair of headphones that I was, regularly using and I absolutely loved, which was my Power Beats headphones. They look like this. I absolutely love these. I think I've had these for about 3 years now, and I've absolutely loved them. I was in no way, shape, or form looking for any new headphones because these worked really well for me. I loved using them to work out and just for everyday use. They were great, they were nice. They weren't noise cancellation, but they got pretty damn close. So I loved these. And so when I got these, my initial reaction was like, I don't need these, so I guess I'm just gonna try selling them or something like that. And Diego actually convinced me out of it, and he was just like, listen, like, I know you don't really care for them, but just try them out, see how you like them, and then if you still don't really care for them from there, then you can go ahead and sell them if you'd really like to. So I ended up trying them out. I'm going to talk about my experiences with them in a little bit because it has been about a month now, which I didn't really realize, but it has been about a month, so I think that's a pretty fair test of them. But before that, I'm going to get into the mini unboxing of it. Okay, so this is what the box looks like. It's pretty tiny. This is the front of it, and then on the side it just says AirPods. It shows the little Apple logo and then some serial number information on the side. On the back it shows you an image of what the AirPods look like. So there's that. These are actually the AirPods 2nd generation without wireless charging. I didn't really care if it was or if it wasn't. It made no difference to me, but Diego made sure to point that out. When you open it, the first thing that you see is this the little manual, the little pamphlet that all of Apple's products always comes with. It just shows pretty much the directions and how to go about setting them up and whatnot. So there's that, and then taking that out, Taking that out is the actual AirPods themselves. They come like that. And then right under it, again, obviously this has been open, so I had to kind of like put it together a little bit. But then right under it, it pretty much just comes with the charger. And then these are the actual AirPods. It's really tiny, so I was like nervous that, I mean, I'm pretty good with like holding on to things like this and making sure that I don't lose them or anything happens to them. But because it's so tiny, I got a little nervous about it. But it's been fine. It's been working out really well. So this is what they look like. Just throw them in my pocket all the time and then I am good to go. You take them out, I just pop them in. Diego and my friend Gino actually helped me pair them. So they're good to go. And then the case, you can just throw it in your pocket or whatever the case is. And then there's that. As for my review on them, I've actually grown to really like them, which I was very surprised about, honestly. I was surprised just because of the fact that, like I said, I was so used to and accustomed to my Beats headphones that I was just like, I don't need these, you know? Like, I honestly didn't really understand the hype of any of them. The first generation, the second generation, and now the AirPod Pros. It was nothing visually to me that I was like, oh my god, like I need to have this. If you're someone out there that is, I'm not at all judging. I mean, my own boyfriend Diego, who works for Apple and has the AirPod Pros, all that, like, I'm not judging you. If you like them, if you visually fell in love with them, that's amazing. But for me personally, I just didn't really understand the hype around them. Like, cool, they're wireless, whatever, but so for the most part were my Power Beats. So I was just like, whatever. But after testing them out for the past month, I have actually really liked them. I don't really know too much of the differences between the first gen and the second generation with this one. So I had to look on the website for it specifically. Diego had briefly spoken to me about it, but pretty much the difference from what I see is just the fact that it's powered by this Apple H1 headphone chip, which is ultimately just, it's like giving you a faster and more stable wireless connection to any and all of your devices. So like Siri and all that stuff. It gives up to 2 times faster when switching between active devices and 1.5 times faster connection time for phone calls. So there's like minor differences like that. Compared to my Power Beats headphones, I don't see too much of a difference, honestly. The only difference to me is the fact that for the Beats, there's this button that you can use to lower the volume, raise the volume, to change the song, whatever the case is. And ultimately for these, it's more or less the same, other than the fact that on the side you can program them one side each to, if you double tap, to stop your music, on the other side to change your song or whatever the case is, you double tap on the other side, and you can change them between the two, but that's just how I have mine set up. When I was setting it up, it really was just as simple as when you open it here, it's going to show up on your phone when you have your phone on as well, and it's just going to ask you to connect to that. There's a button back here to have you connect to the actual headphones as well. If you can see that, it's right there. So when you're connecting to your Mac or anything like that, just make sure that it's open, you're holding it down. The same thing or something similar is going to pop up on your Mac the way that it does on your phone to be able to connect. Another difference, obviously, is just the fact that when you put these in, the headphone portion of it, which is pretty imitated by the AirPod Pros now, this part, I don't know what it's called, if there's an official name or anything like that, but this is what my Power Beats used to have, plus the over-the-loop for your ear part of it. And now these obviously do not. And so there are times, pretty much only when I'm working out, but there are times when I have them in my ear and I get nervous because I start to feel it slip out a little bit. And I mean, I used to work in the gym, and when I did, people would come to us complaining all the time that one slipped out of their ear and they lost it, and so they're looking for it, or the fact that one slipped down a little hole in the Stairmaster or in the elliptical or whatever the case is, and so we had to manually lift it or take it apart or whatever it is to find this one. So that's my biggest fear really with this, although I'm pretty good with when I start to feel it slip out, I'll just like obviously push it back in to make sure that it doesn't. But yeah, that's just my biggest fear. When I'm walking around in the streets just going to work or whatever the case is, that doesn't really tend to happen to me, but it's when you're really active and like moving around and like bending down or whatever the case is that it starts to slip out a little bit. But that is just my fear with this, for the simple fact that I know it is not cheap when and if you lose and or damage one to either replace the whole thing or just replace the one, and I'm not trying to do that, which is why Diego is also hounding me to get Apple Care for this, and I have yet to do that, but I need to. So, pro tip, if you buy anything from Apple, Apple Care is very much handy for things like that, so I need to do that still. But yeah, other than that, I really like them. I mean, the sound quality is pretty good. I've grown to really love them over the past month. So I do, unfortunately, opt for these a little more now than I do my Power Beats. And so for that reason, I'm obviously keeping them and not selling them. I don't think if my job didn't gift them to me that I would have gone out on my own and just gotten them. But I'm kind of glad that they did because it was pretty cool and it's a good little new-ish experience compared to the ones that I had before. I'm sure that in the future I'm going to be alternating back and forth, but for right now I am opting for these. So generally I do really like them. But yeah guys, so that was my mini unboxing slash review of the Apple AirPods Generation 2 without wireless charging. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that in some way, shape, or form it was helpful to you if you guys were on the fence with getting them for whatever reason. I wasn't a big fan of them at first, but I have grown to really love them. So because of that, it has gotten my stamp of approval. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was helpful. If it was, please always make sure to give it a thumbs up. Always remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!